I can't reveal his name for confidentiality reasons, but let's call him Mr. Successful. He used to work in an office organizing files and he hated it. He set out to find a way to escape the rat race and chose to invest his entire life savings in Dubai property. For most that would have seemed insane, but 3 years later he bagged himself $1.6 million. So in this video I'm going to show you where he invested, how he could have made another 5 million, and then I'm going to help you work out if you're the right person to invest in Dubai and give you ideas where you can invest your money now. And finally, I'll show you the new developments that could make you $1 million. Firstly, let's look at where he invested. In the 1950s, Dubai discovered oil. However, unlike its wealthy neighbor Abu Dhabi, it was not enough to run the economy on. So they decided to put Dubai on the map and make it a tourist hotspot. To do this, they came up with the most insane marketing campaign of all time and built a massive palm tree in the middle of the ocean. What's even crazier is they actually sold houses on it before there was any land. You literally bought a plot of sea. And what's even more unbelievable, people physically queued overnight to buy the land that did not even exist. And that's where Mr. Successful comes in. He was one of those crazy people who decided to risk it all on Dubai, and 3 years later he sold his plot for double what it was worth at $1.6 million. Not a bad investment, right? Well, wrong. If I were to tell you he actually screwed up, because if he held it long term, he could have made an extra $5 million, bringing his initial investment to 6.8 million. But this is obviously a one-off, and how does it help you? Well, that's the thing. You've possibly been told that investing in Dubai is a bad idea. However, if you're the right kind of person, there are lots of opportunities out there. So who is the right type of person to make $1 million investing in Dubai? Firstly, if we're being totally honest, you can make money in Dubai with smaller budgets. But to make $1 million in a less risky way, you're going to have to be the sort of person who thinks long-term and is patient. Even if I bought a villa on the Palm right now, considering prices are at all-time highs, if you were to wait 20 years, it's highly likely it's going to continue going up because of a scarcity of land and property. But there are 3 other places I'd recommend that might fit a smaller budget and over a long time frame could help you make $1 million. So let's check them out next before looking at future developments that could give you a similar result to Mr. Successful. The first place is currently seeing lots of young professionals and families move to the area, increasing demand and getting attention from everyone as the nice place to live. Which is interesting because once upon a time, nobody wanted to live there. It was just a dusty site with no community, a ghost town. This illustrates how things can change in Dubai, and those who take the risks early on are potentially going to make millions much faster than those who don't. However, I'm not saying go and take loads of risks. Just worth noting that things do change quickly here in Dubai. But the really important thing to know about this place is you don't actually want to invest in apartments. There is a lot of supply that's about to come onto the market. But in my research, I noticed there's hardly any villas or townhouses, and considering lots of demand is from young families, villas and townhouses are going to shoot up in demand, and that could be a way to make $1 million in the long term. So put JVC on your list. Next, we have a very well-developed community. It's green, it's got lakes, it's centrally located. There's no chance of new supply as it's already been completely built. But what I really find interesting about this area is the fact that Dubai development is slowly shifting westward. And when Dubai was first being built, Burj Khalifa was the center of the city. But new development is slowly shifting to the west, which means the Dubai Marina could become the new center. And with this location being one of the closest communities of townhouses and villas next to the Dubai Marina, this could make them a very, very strong long-term option to bag your $1 million. So keep an eye out on the Springs and Jumeirah Park. Our next option is a bit of a wild card, but I'll tell you why it could be a sleeping giant of an investment. This brand new community is in its infancy stage, is being developed by master developer Emaar, and whatever they touch usually turns to gold. They developed both the Dubai Marina and downtown and are one of the most respected developers in Dubai. Dubai South is located right next to Al Maktoum Airport, which will one day be Dubai's main airport. This will bring key infrastructure, and because development is shifting to the west and the center of Dubai is now moving, this area could end up with lots of demand for both townhouses and villas, and this could make you your millions. Right now, it's high risk, high reward, But if it sounds like a good option, do some more research on Dubai South and you too could become the next Mr. Successful. Those are the developments that you can see and buy right now. However, the next chance to make $1 million is by betting on the places long term that you can buy off plan. I've put together 3 of the most palm-like developments with the same outrageous levels of opportunity, if not more. First is currently a complete dump. It's a failed project that was supposed to be 8 times bigger than the Palm, but after the 2008 crash, they gave up on it. Now, however, they're going to bring it back to life, not as the Palm, but the idea is to make it the new French Riviera. Currently, you can buy waterfront properties for very, very cheap, which is good because there's lots of demand for Dubai waterfront property and the supply is currently very limited. But I just wanted to say this, it is a big risk and there's no certainty that this will actually pay off. The next future investment opportunity to make you $1 million is of a similar level of extreme to the Palm, actually probably more. This is all about ultra luxury. It's supposed to be a place that's relaxing, cut off from the world, away from the busy streets, and is a getaway for the wealthy, and therefore there's not many places or any places that actually exist like it. One of the properties you can buy is a floating seahorse, and if you think how crazy the Palm would have been 20 years ago and how much of a success it was, you would probably agree with the unique level of opportunity this could bring. But that's not all. Next to the seahorse, we have multiple islands with giant villas, and you can actually buy whole islands. As long as the development continues, it's likely properties on the world islands will be sought after. Moving to an area that is going to be more affordable and won't require you to have $1 million to make $1 million. Currently, it's 95% complete in terms of land. Because this is Dubai, it's obviously be built out of the sea again. But it's one to keep an eye on because you currently can't buy anything on it. But when you can, this new Palm is going to have hundreds of properties, and if they have the same demand as the original Palm, it will potentially make you the new Mr. Successful. Earlier I mentioned that the marina could potentially become the new center of the city. So if I wanted to make $1 million, I would probably look at this area too. But there's another part of Dubai that often takes people's attention away from it. Watch this next video to learn if a Dubai marina is actually one of the best places to live, or is there a better, cheaper alternative? That was more of a struggle, this one.
This is a process. The body language is so much better no matter what. So